Should I go in there? Now I kind of want to.
Work?
Yep.
Prove it.
So this here is a Blue Eddy 200 PC, whatever that means. I don't necessarily really know, but it's a 2000 watt and it has 6 AC outlets, a bunch of USB ports. It's got your 12 volt and some other thingies in there. Then it's got some connections on the side. On top is wireless charging for your phones. I never really used that. Sorry, these things are so heavy, by the way. So I'm a little out of breath because I carried it halfway. Isaac saw me struggling, grabbed the other side, and helped me finish carrying it all the way out here. So essentially, this bad boy is going to power this entire build. Now keep in mind, I'm only going to be running 8 small puck lights, my 12 volt refrigerator. Of course, I'll have to charge my phone and my laptop, and then I'm gonna have like a manual foot pump so there's no power there. My diesel heater will be powered off of this, and I think for the most part those are like the big things. So I'm not gonna be pulling a whole lot of power that's gonna require like a huge massive power station. A lot of people actually in van life power their rigs with these Blue Eddys, and so I've used Blue Eddy in the past. I have a smaller one that I actually gifted to Mindy of 9th Element for her Element build, which she loves, as far as I know. And I loved it. It held power for a really long time, and so I have faith and full confidence that this will be perfectly enough. I will be hooking solar onto the roof. I'll have 200 watts of solar, and that will be connected directly to this, and so that's how I'm going to charge this. Unfortunately, as far as I know, I would have to do some research. I don't know that I could hook up like a DC to DC charger to this so that I could charge it while I'm driving. It does come with the port for your 12 volt like your cigarette lighter that you can charge it. This is going to be way back here in the back, so that's just not realistic, and it doesn't charge as fast. So for now, I'm only going to be relying on the solar to charge this. And this area is going to be a desk with the power station. So this is, again, another situation where I'm kind of just engineering it as I go. I don't really have a plan for this. I did, but this bed came down a lot longer than I was originally planning for. So I wanted to be able to stick this on top of the wheel well and build around it. At this point, I only have about half that space left. So I'm not really sure how it's gonna work. I'm thinking I can put it on top of the wheel well and then build out a little bit more so that I can sit and face the bed, because then, and I can build around it on top, but then I'll have all of this access on the side where the bed is, or I could switch it around and all this access will be underneath the desk area. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to play out, but we're going to find out together, because that's what we do here on this channel. We find out things together. So I'm going to brainstorm, and then I'll kind of fill you guys in on what I come up with. That's definitely too short. guys, it is another day on the build, and as you guys saw, I got the desk kind of at least going. I went to town yesterday and was able to pick up some stuff that I want to share with you guys, and also kind of explain what's going on with the desk, I guess. So we went into town, and I was hoping that like my mattress would have come in. It didn't. It came in last night, but we were already back and we didn't want to wait. So it is what it is. But I am still waiting on a whole bunch of other stuff as well. So hopefully I can go pick up all of that this weekend. While I was in town though, I was able to get some things. I got some tongue oil, and this is what I'm going to be using to finish all of the cedar in the bus. That's probably obviously not going to be enough, but it's enough to get me started. The tongue oil does make it slightly darker. It changes the look a little bit, but I really like that. And it brings out, I feel like, a lot of the grain and a lot of the detail in the wood. So that's why I went with the tongue oil. And also I got some more polyurethane for the desk. So this is an oil-based polyurethane, and I'm going to be putting a bunch of coats, well, maybe at least 1 or 2 more coats on the desk until I feel like I am happy with how it's sealed. And then I also got some grip stick stuff, and so I'm going to be cutting strips out and putting these strips on top of the bed. Because this is pre-finished plywood, the exposed part is actually really smooth and slidey. So when Isaac built Bussy, the daybed cushion would always slide all over the place. Like if you were sitting there, if you were sitting on that daybed seat and he was driving, you would slide off. Like it was really bad. So we got some of this and we just laid down a strip, and we have not had that issue since. So it works really well. So I'm going to do that on this bed as well, but I'm only going to put it on the slats that move. So like when it moves, it'll kind of pull the bed out with it too, and then when it, it'll grip to the moving slats and not to all the slats, so it's not like a nightmare. And then I did order my foot pump for the sink. I have my sink already here, and then I also have the faucet for the sink as well. You don't have to, but it's less of a pain to use this faucet that's supposed to go with this foot pump than it would be to try and use a normal faucet. And I also have a few things to show you guys. So this is what I'm going to be using to trim a lot of the real big trim work that needs to be covered up. So this is just rope. I don't want to open it yet, but this is cotton rope, and I got 2 of these, and we'll see how far that goes. But I also got thinner cotton rope for the areas where I don't need it to be super thick. And I wanted to show you guys this. I think I have, I got more rope. I think I have some more of these coming, but these are what I'm going to be using, because at first I really liked the leather look. I actually ordered leather straps that I was going to use for all the cabinetry, like when I bought the bus a long time ago. And then as the bus has evolved and the style is changing, I found these and I really love them, and so I'm going to be using these, and they will be the knobs for all of my cabinets. So these are just some little goodies for you guys to kind of give you an idea of what's coming without actually knowing what's up. And then I am going to be doing open shelving, and I got these brackets for the shelves. So, we'll be using that. So I will have overhead shelving on both sides of the bus. That'll be done later, but this side will have a shorter overhead, and that side will have a wider overhead. I guess I should say not as wide over here and wider over there. But it'll go from the front to the back, and then this side will go from the back to where the closet stops. And that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah. So let's hop over here to our office area, and I'll kind of explain what's going on and how that kind of evolved and changed a little bit too. Alright, so I was actually planning on kind of framing out this desk with the pre-finished plywood that I've been using for everything else. And I was gonna like box the Bluetti in and cut out a hole for the vent and cut out a hole for the front. But as I was trying to like design it and think about it, if I would have done it that way, I would have covered up all of this cedar, this beautiful cedar that I used, and I didn't want to do that. So I had a bunch of extra 2x4s from when I built my bed platform a long time ago. And so I decided to just use those instead of buying 2x2s or 2x3s. This is a really heavy piece of wood. So I figure better safe than sorry. This is not going to go anywhere. This is going to definitely hold this up as much as I need it to. And it is what it is. And then I have those leather straps that I ordered a long time ago. And I think what I'm going to do is use a couple of those to kind of strap in the Bluetti and leave it kind of exposed. That way I can take it out also if I need to pretty easily. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And then you're able to kind of see all this beautiful cedar that we have here. I didn't want to take that away from the build. I really want this to be kind of like a cottage core, rustic, fairy, build. So that's kind of where I'm at there. So my mission for the day is to put some more polyurethane on this, and then I have some paint, a little thing of black paint. I just bought a little sampler because I only need a little bit, but this is why. Before I had this cedar, I had that real thin plywood up here, and I painted it white, and when I did, I got a lot of white paint here, and then I also caulked the inside of the windows, and I got a lot of that black caulk on the frame. So I'm going to clean these off and go in with a paintbrush and just kind of tidy up all of this black and make everything look a little more uniform. Okay, so today I was kind of debating on what I wanted to get done today. So here's the game plan. I showed you guys I bought some tung oil. So I'm going to take that tung oil and I'm going to start sealing all of the cedar in the bus. And then if I get time, I'm going to take the trim and I'm going to start trimming some things too. And I'm also going to finish this. That'll be the first thing that I do so that I could get that done. Then we'll start doing the cedar. So that's the game plan as of right now. So let's go ahead and get that finished. I was planning on finishing it with the cedar, but I think I'm actually going to use the pre-finished plywood that I have. I just think it'll be a lot cleaner. I'm going to have to do it in a couple of pieces because as you can see, this piece right here kind of comes out a bit. So let's get this taken care of. basically it'll be like that. It's another day on the build. I feel like this is like probably one of the longest videos I've done days wise. It's been quite some time. So yesterday I basically put that front piece on over there, and then I tongue oiled all of the cedar in the bus. It took forever. I was so tired by the end of it, but I'm really glad that it's just done. I think I'm just gonna do one coat, and I think I'm gonna call it good on that. I love how, I don't want it to be too dark because it does kind of change the look of the cedar, but as you can see, it looks really good. It's not so bright anymore, and it kind of like flows a little bit better with the desk, because the desk is a little bit darker as well because of the polyurethane. So that's where we're at on the bus build. I think I'm done for the bus build as far as this video goes, and then we are actually going to go do some content. So in case you're wondering, another way for us to make money is to do content for product trade or paid content promotion. And so for me, I am pregnant, obviously, and I really wanted to buy some maternity clothes, but I found this website that I really love called Pink Blush Maternity, but their clothes are a little bit pricey. And so instead of spending a bunch of money buying these clothes that I'm not going to be able to wear for like a long period of time, because once the baby comes, well, I guess I could wear them both once the baby comes, but I reached out to them and they offered to send me a couple of items in exchange for some content. So I am going to, this is one of the outfits, which is this jumpsuit that I'm wearing, and I am going to be taking some photos of this. And then I have another dress that I am also going to take some photos in for them for Instagram. So we're gonna do that. And then also I have another product too that I wanted to talk about that I haven't gotten a chance to. Isaac's talked about it a lot, but I haven't been able to talk about it, and I want to show that to you guys. But I'm gonna wait a second. We're gonna go get to the location, and then I will show that to you guys, as well as a little bit of behind the scenes of what it takes to create some of that content that you guys see on our Instagram feeds and sometimes here on YouTube. positions, if you will. So we're here at the location. This is one of Isaac's secret spots, I guess, if you will. It's where we did our maternity announcement video. As you can see here, I kind of dressed up this side of the bus. I'm going to be taking some photos in here, and then, you know, we got the Instagram versus real life. It's just a big mess in here. So this place is actually really neat. Let's go check it out. Someone built a ladder there. Look at that. It's so pretty.
Keep doing your thing. I'm gonna get some close up.
Here, say something for the blooper reel.
Hey, where them Filipinos at? Look over at me.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta risk it to get the biscuit.
For the biscuit.
And so that is what I am doing for these outfits that I got. So I absolutely love this dress. I do have a discount code for that website. If you guys are interested, you can check it out on my Instagram page when these pictures are posted, which will be very, very soon. But I'm gonna change and then show you guys the other thing that I have that's really cool that I'm excited to share with you. So Isaac has mentioned these in his videos before. Lectric Bike sent us both a couple of bikes, and they're really, really great. We use them to like run and go get lunch when we don't want to take one of the buses out, and it's great for me because I'm not supposed to be on my feet all the time right now. So these are super cool. I'll leave a link to them in the description. But I'm gonna take this bike to go see an abandoned bus apparently that got stuck and ransacked a little ways down. So let's go check that out. Hopefully it's not too muddy. So this is just trash. Isaac said it looks like they got stuck and had to just abandon the bus. And it looked like some people just destroyed it. It's kind of sad. There's just stuff everywhere. I don't really want to go in there or anything, but yeah, it definitely got stuck. Should I go in there? Now I kind of want to. This is like a full-on house. Dang. I'm not gonna go all the way, but I did want to see the inside. It's just completely destroyed. Well, there you have it, an abandoned bus. So now that my content is done, Isaac's content is done. Bart wants to film a couple of things, so we're gonna film those things. And then we are headed to Eugene. I have a ton of stuff waiting for me that I ordered for the bus, so I can finish that up. And I think we're gonna stay the night at Mindy's. And then we'll be headed back, and hopefully my bus will be almost completely done by the end of next week. So stay tuned for that. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you're enjoying the content, make sure that you subscribe and hit the notification bell. It helps the channel so much, and I truly appreciate it, and I am so grateful, and I appreciate all of you who watch the videos that I post. And for all you moms out there, or not moms out there, if you're interested, I do have a new channel. It's a podcast called Motherhood is Wild podcast, and I'm posting videos over there too that are a little more in-depth and personal. So if you guys are interested in that, feel free to head over. The link is in the description, and I will see you guys on the next video. I'm gonna head back.